You were in a positive mood during our last conversation. You did emphasize, to use your exact words, the governor was validly elected. As such, you were not under pressure as to what was at play at the Supreme Court. How does it feel now that your expectations have been validated?
Yes, I'm here today to give all thanks to God, to appreciate God, to appreciate Deltans. I repeat, for validly electing our amiable governor, His Excellency Sheriff Oborevori. And I told you the last interview before the Supreme Court judgment that nothing on earth can change that, because he is a divine mandate. And that is why I was confident, beaming with smiles when he asked me. Today is all Uhuru. Though there are no victor, no vanquish, but I tell you, Delta is in safer hands by the grace of God. And governance has taken a new dimension because no more distraction. And like I said, we are all elated. We are seeing jubilation season, but we are not forgetting to go back to work. And here we are in Delta State. Politics in Delta State is an interesting thing like every other state. We are a family here. Delta State is PDP, and PDP is Delta State. When they took us to court, we told you it's distraction. Today is a different thing. Governance is taking a new dimension under Governor Sheriff Oborevori. So you can see that you asked me a question the other time that the Julius Berger thing is taking a long time. I told you Duke of Delta State keeps to his words. He walks his talks. So right now, Berger has mobilized to site, and the bridges will be ready as stipulated. Concretely, as signed in the contract, they will be delivered. Other programs are going on. Governance is taking shape. Everybody is going to work. The bursary of the students or Delta State students will be paid by 1st of February, as already approved by the governor. So that is where we are. Governance is beautiful here.
Nonetheless, the victory at the Supreme Court don't seem to have in any way diffused the burgeoning opposition that showed strong at the elections. Are you not worried that there could be landmines ahead? Are you not worried that the opposition could be planning up to something huge?
No. As far as we can see and we know, Delta State politics, the opposition cannot work stronger because result silent opposition. And what the governor is doing now, the Duke of Delta is doing now, it will be difficult to even raise your voice against his works. So what you will have in a few months' time will still be the praises of the governor. Because even when he approved the Julius Berger thing, other political parties like APC and the rest, they were clapping that nobody has done before. Truly, this man is ready for governance. And that's the truth. You cannot see a truth and go for the lies for a normal human being.
Well, that's it. But it is said that those who climb hills need effort, but those who descend need dexterity and break to at least not go beyond where they're expected to stop. On the back of the Supreme Court victory, what would be your advice to the state governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevori?
Any man that is working in principles, that knows himself is divine mandate. In his Thanksgiving speech, he said he had 38 cases and he won all of them, meaning it's God's arrangement for Delta. He is a man who fears the Lord, and I believe that there will be no deviation. My advice is that he keeps on doing what he's doing for Deltas, which is the more agenda to all Nukakani of Delta State. As he does that, everything about Delta will become the Texas of Nigeria. I keep using that word. So there will be no issues of he has deviated, because we as a technical group, we are also watching, and where there will be maybe error, we can say, Oga, go right or go left. That is what we are standing for, because it's a teamwork that leads to a goal.
Opposition is critical in democracy. You were the state chairman of an opposition party in Delta State, specifically the Social Democratic Party. You've seen how dominant the People's Democratic Party is in Delta State. What role do you think opposition parties should play in Delta State?
Well, before I go further, let me tell you, one of the greatest decisions I have taken in my political life is leaving the opposition, the SDP, to join the PDP. And I have no regrets. The moment I discovered that we are projecting Governor Sheriff, I said, yes, this is divine mandate, and I know that he was going to be the governor of Delta State. So that is on the one end. On the other end, my advice to the opposition parties is to criticize constructively so that we can have an optimum government, not to go and castigating lies and tell untold stories, fabricate issues from nowhere. Because if they do that, we will match them word for word and we will tell the world the truth. That is why we are here. Integrity Group remains a watch eye of the opposition and remains a supporter of the government for good governance. That's what we're standing for.
Chief Idawene Babaje, Alant is well known to you. He just retired from civil service. What is your perspective on people who have served the public in that capacity, participating in politics?
Well, the man you mentioned is like an elder brother to me. His name is Sir Eddie Ogidi Begbaje, the immediate past permanent secretary of Government House Asaba, Delta State. That man is one unique man I have known, and he has impacted me on generations. I can go on to tell you people he has impacted on positively. To this end, he's a quintessential civil servant who needs to be called back almost immediately to add his experience, his spirit of excellence into another aspect of government, for us to have his strength to deliver more dividend of democracy in Delta State and beyond. So, if you remember when the governor was utilizing him in the Thanksgiving service, in the reception, he said, we need him back to support good governance. And Sir Eddie Ogidi Begbaje is a man we need back as in now to add his word of experience to governance in Delta. And every other man that has retired, that has done well, should be called to work, because they are still young, they are still strong, they are still articulate, they are still vibrant. We need them in Delta State. We need them in Nigeria in times like this. That is my take. And God bless him for all he has done for humanity.
You are the convener of the Integrity Group, an association of people on a mandate to ensure integrity in the processes and programs of government. How much of integrity is expected of the members of this association?
Yes, we screen members, we have diaspora members, we have members in federal governments, we screen members to join Integrity Group. When you come in, when we add it up, we know you have a profession, we have technocrats, we have civil servants, we have politicians, we have commissioners, we have senators, we have councillors, just name it, in Integrity Group. So we screen them before they join. And the moment you are found wanting, you are excused from the group. We want to remain Integrity Group, we want to remain the face of the government, we want to remain articulate so that we can have a government that we're going to support for the next 8 years by the grace of God and beyond, because it has come to stay. And there's also a plan to have it at national level to keep the government, federal government, in shape, because we can't continue the way we are. Integrity Group, watch out for us nationally.
Well, thank you, Major Dr. Idawene, for the vibrance and buoyancy you bring into our interaction every time we reach out. Thank you so much for your time.
God willing. Thank you.